Katie, and in today's video, we are going to be remaking a shirt that Facebook recommended for me. I was searching through my Facebook like any normal user does on said Facebook, and I came across all of these clothes from Free People, and I was like, these are so cute, I love these. And one of these shirts in particular is called the Rainbow Wash Tee, which I will insert a picture of it here, and it was $68, and of course, y'all know that I am cheap, and I was like, $68 is kind of a lot of money for a shirt, and of course it's tie-dye, and y'all know that I love to try and tie-dye. Whether I do it successfully or not is always really the question at hand. So I was like, I definitely want to try this and let you guys know how it goes. So let's get started. For this project, I'm going to use two shirts. One is a cable knit sweater that I found in my basement, and I have no idea how much I paid for it. And the second is this Kenneth Cole shirt that I thrifted from Goodwill that was originally $5, and I got it on sale for $2.50. So using the Free People shirt as inspiration, I'm going to try and mimic the exact design that they used. So I'm going to use rubber bands that I got at the dollar store, and I'm going to roughly place my tie-dye scrunches where theirs was placed, leaving a large section at the bottom for where the blue dye will be. With the cable knit sweater, I'm actually going to do the reverse, and I'm going to try and have the white on the bottom. This cable knit sweater also had a couple stains on it that are hard to see on camera but are definitely there in person. I thought this would be a super cool experiment to see if they could be dyed the opposite way from each other. So I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to start at the top. Now, one of the mistakes I made here is I actually didn't use enough rubber bands. So later I'm going to go in and add a fourth rubber band so that I have enough for my colors, which is going to have an interesting effect in the placement of where the red dye is. So make sure you really measure where stuff is so that you don't have anything in funky spots, like tie-dyeing your armpits red or putting the red color in a weird spot. I'm going to use Rit Dye in 4 colors for this project. I'm then going to take my garments outside, and I always lay them on dollar store cookie sheets so that the extra dye can run off. And then I'm just going to wet each of the garments on the spots where I want the dye to take. So any of the spots that are white, I'm going to not put any water on. This will just ensure that the dye goes evenly through the garment and actually soaks in. Then I filled a bunch of containers with super hot water and then put the dye in and just shook it up to mix it up. And now I'm going to dye both of the materials where I want each of the colors to be. I then left the garments sitting outside in the hot sun, like it's 100 degrees where I live, for about 2 days. And then I'm going to take some more water and dump that over the colors to try and get some of the extra dye out of them prior to washing them. Here's what they look like when you take off the rubber bands. And you can see the color is pretty rich on this, but with the cable knit, because of the way that I folded it, it didn't actually dye the inside of the sweater as much as I was really hoping it would. It dyed the arms a lot more. And then I let both of the sweaters sit outside for another day to really make sure that the dye had soaked in completely. So that is all for the tutorial part of this video, and now it's time for my thoughts on how this one went. Thoughts with Katie. So this is kind of an interesting one because when I originally saw this, I thought this was actually a $38 top, in which case I was like, I don't know if this was really worth making because it only kind of half turned out correctly. But then when I saw that it was actually $68, I was like, whew, never mind. We will just go with what we've made. So one of the things that I definitely struggle with is getting the white to stay white. So you can see on this one, the blue is definitely not as blue as the inspiration. The colors are definitely a little more faded, and one of the things I always find is like this white is not white anymore, and I honestly have no idea how to solve that because I've tried all different types of techniques, and I left this outside for like 2 days in the nice like hot sun baking, and I just can't get the color to like still stay white like theirs did. So if you truly want something the way they did, where the top really is white, I don't know, you might actually have to buy this shirt. So let's talk about pricing. So I bought this shirt from Goodwill. It was originally $5 and then it was half off because y'all know I like a deal. So it made it $2.50. And what I do love is it is soft. It is so soft. Like, I will definitely wear this. And you know how sometimes when you're ordering online, you have no idea what the feeling of the product is gonna be like. You're kind of at that mercy. So in that case, I like that I got to pick something super cozy, and like, again, I really like this. I like how soft it is. It's great. So it was $2.50. And then Rit Dye alone is $2.59 per packet, and I got 4 packets. So that was roughly $10.36. Of course, I am always a super couponer, so I used like all my coupons that I could possibly get. So I did not pay a full $10 for dye, but at base minimum, if we did all the non-discounted, it would be like $15 to make this shirt. So by dyeing it yourself, you could do a lot of different variations on this. So that's why I chose to do 2 different sweaters. So I also did this cable knit sweater, which was very interesting, the difference in the dye. Like, the cable knit definitely took the dye a lot better than this sweater did. The only difference and problem was that I did not put enough rubber bands when I was initially doing this. So I ended up like just kind of tossing the red in, and the red is definitely, it's got very unfortunate placement. You'll notice in the clip that the red is like, it's just right, it cuts right across in like the absolute worst part. And again, the red dye really bled down. So this, like, my intent was for this to be white, and I've got no clue how you would keep this part white. It is definitely kind of that like blah-y color that I wasn't going for, but I mean, it's still fine. It's still got the rainbow effect. And again, unfortunate placement because I didn't realize that the red was like on the armpit. So this sweater is kind of not as great as I liked. It's kind of a fail. It's basically a fail, but you know what? It's fine. That's in the name of experimentation. This sweater was one I honestly just had laying around in my basement. I have no idea how much it was. I don't know if someone gave it to me, if I got it in a thrift bag a long time ago. So I was like, I just want to experiment and see what happens with different materials. This cable knit sweater is 88% cotton and 12% nylon. And so it just, I don't know, it did an interesting dye job. So overall, I will definitely wear this Kenneth Cole sweater because it is super soft and it looks really cute. It's cute to wear and it's just fun and it's soft. I might wear this one out. Honestly, this sweater, when I was trying it on, had something really itchy on it, and that's the only reason I wouldn't wear this out. It's just because I don't know what's happening, and I don't want to wear itchy clothes. That's not what I'm down for. So if this one were as soft as this one, I would definitely wear this one out. So overall, I would say this is successful, but also a fail, and I would say it's successful because using the dye, you can buy a bunch of different thrifted pieces, and you can really go wild and experiment, and you will have one-of-a-kind pieces that nobody else around you has. But I would also say that it's a fail because I couldn't truly get what they had. I got something kind of different, but I also still like the results, and I still think the results are fun to wear out. So that's kind of where I'm like yes and no. And obviously this was a ton cheaper than buying the $68 version, so like, you decide. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think this was successful? Well, because yeah, you get to make your own stuff and you get to upcycle things from the thrift store, or do you think this was a fail because it really didn't turn out the exact way the inspiration shirt did? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button down below because I make lots of DIY videos. I like saving you guys money, and I also like help saving the environment by upcycling things into the newest fashion trends. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!